Hello guys, so I quickly want to share a trade I took yesterday, Friday 20th, around 2 p.m. GMT +1 Nigerian time actually. I took a trade on a sell trade on Eurcad somewhere around here, and I'm currently on 40 pips. Currently on 40 pips profits with my trade now in break even, and this trade is very much still valid, and by that I mean upon open of markets next week you could still look out for a re-entry and ride this trade for some good 100 pips in the coming week. So I feel the need to share this setup and why I took the trade and why you should consider a re-entry for some profits at the open of market next week. Okay, as usual, we'll be doing a top-down analysis on Eurocad. I'll start from the monthly time frame and I'll work my way down to the 4 hours time frame through the weekly and the daily time frame. Okay, yes, this is what I noticed on Eurocad, guys, from the monthly time frame. Okay, because we have been talking about market structure, and the market structure. Eurocad has been on an uptrend right from way back 1st of August, sometime 2012. We've been on an uptrend, and then by that I mean from the market structure we can clearly see the market has been making series of higher highs and higher lows, and higher highs and higher lows, and higher highs and higher lows. Come with me and let's do this together. Okay, yes guys, so we are the swing low here. And swing high, and there's a new low that is higher than the previous low, and we could see price come and make a new high that is higher than the previous high. Now there's a new swing low that is very much higher than the previous low, and we could see also, okay, here price has made an equal high. Okay, so after this swing high, which was higher than the previous high, we would have expected price to come and make another high that is higher than this high to get an higher high, but price did not do that. Price made an equal high. And there, yeah, we have been talking about market structure and validation. Price made an equal high, and then we could see that the most recent swing low, this is the most recent swing low. So this is the most recent swing low. So as long as price keeps trading above this swing low, which is the most recent lower low, we would have still been in an uptrend. Our uptrend would have still been very much respected as long as price keeps trading below this swing low. But that is not the case at the moment. We can see something else is playing out. We can see clearly that there has been an invalidation. Okay, so where did this happen? Where did this invalidation happen? Yeah, come with me guys, because price made the most recent swing high right here, which is an equal high with the previous higher high. and then price came and make a new high, which is not as high as the previous high. So yes, indeed, this is the market structure giving us a sign of a shift from uptrend to a downtrend, guys. Yes, we are now getting a sign because we are seeing a high that is not as high as the previous high. We are seeing a lower high now. We are seeing price making a lower high. And then in order to confirm this structure change from uptrend to downtrend, we want to see price now give us a new low. We want to see price now give us a new low that is lower than the previous low. That is lower than the previous low. Take note, guys, this was our most recent swing low, and because price has now given us a lower high, which is a sign of a trend change and also a structure shift from uptrend to downtrend, we would want a confirmation of this shift by seeing price give us a low that is lower than the previous low, since price has given us a high that is lower than the previous high. And yes, indeed, price did that. Price did that. Yeah, come with me, and price did that here, and we can see after this, price now gave us a low which is lower than the most recent swing low. So we are now having a lower low, a lower high. So yes, indeed, the structure of this market has changed from an uptrend to a downtrend, from a bullish market to a bearish market. And also confirming this, so it's safe to say now we are on the lookout for selling opportunities from the monthly time frame, because our structure has shifted now from the uptrend to a downtrend. So now we are looking out for what? Selling opportunities. And also confirming this trend shift is this very long trend line dated from way back 1st of May 2012. Is this trend line right here, which is dated from May 2012. Come with me, guys. So we had the first touch, second touch of the trend line, third touch of the trend line, and at this point we would have expected a bounce off, and then price kicks back to the upside. But no, price did not do that. Price broke this trend line, this uptrend line, which is a confirmation of what? Of the trend shift from the uptrend now to the downtrend. So price simply did what? Price broke through this trend line, and we're now having a retest of the trend line to now get a what? An even more massive movement all the way to the downside. Yes, this is what it's happening right from the Monday time frame. Please, guys, don't let the chart complicate things for you. Your chart is meant to make things much easy for you. Once you get into your chart, you should now begin to start seeing things. You should start seeing things. It's as easy as it looks. Don't make it any more complicated. Okay, guys, come with me. So we are now saying yes, the market is now on a bearish structure that's shifted from the bullish structure now to the bearish structure, and now we would be looking out for selling opportunities to the downside right from the monthly time frame. Let me show you my target areas. At the break of this trend line, I would be expecting price to come down to this zone, and if price gets there and takes out that zone, I would be expecting price to come down to this point. And if price does take out that zone, this is where price will get down to. So these are the most possible take profit areas. When I mean most possible take profit areas, this is on the long run. Take note, guys, this is a monthly time frame, and then on the long run, these are most likely take profit areas. So this is what we got from the monthly time frame. So we can see that the structure of the market has shifted now from a bullish structure to a bearish structure from the monthly time frame. So it's safe to now start looking out for what selling opportunities all the way to the downside, and that confirming this is the breakout of the trend line and the retests, and then we can now see price headed backwards for the downside. Okay, let's get now to our weekly time frame. So this is our weekly time frame, guys. Let's see what's playing out here. This is our weekly time frame, guys. Come with me. Okay, from our weekly time frame, I can see currently lots of exhaustion. By exhaustion, I mean wicks, shadows, long shadows, 1, 2, 3. So then I ask myself, why the lots of exhaustion around this point? So I want to mark out that point, because there have been lots of rejections, exhaustion around this point, lots of rejection, lots of exhaustion, weeks, too many weeks, with rejection, too many weeks around this point. Let me see from my okay, so I can see clearly that this has been previously been support, and we can see a breakout of the support. Now price has found a resistance there, previous support now turn resistance. So indeed, yes, price is finding a resistance there, because there is a strong resistance there. That explains the multiple number of rejections around this area. We can see candlesticks 1, 2, 3 that are showing lots of rejections, pin bars, and yes, this is confirming what? That previous support, price breaks through, comes back now to find what? Resistance there, confirming what? Our sell bias all the way to the downside from the monthly time frame. So here we can see that the weekly time frame is very much in confluence with the monthly time frame. Previous support broken now turns what? Resistance, for price to find some downward momentum, and this is very much intact with what we got from the monthly time frame. And guys, let's move down to the daily time frame and let's see what's playing out in the daily time frame. Okay guys, so not much playing out here, just very much similar to what we got from the weekly time frame. We could see price was traded above this point. We could see lots of support around this point, and then broken. We can now see price is finding lots of rejections, resistance around this point. So yes, we are getting down to why I took this trade early in the late hours of Friday yesterday. Why I took this trade, I got my entry from the 4 hours time frame because it's very obvious from the monthly time frame that the structure of the market has changed from the bullish to the bearish, and now the bias is being confirmed. The direction of the market is being confirmed by the weekly and the daily time frame, which is which is what I will always look out for. I need my directions to be told me by the monthly, the weekly, and daily time frame, and I've got the confirmation as both all three time frames are in confluence. And this is me moving over to the 4 hours time frame. Here, this is what happened, guys. This is what happened, guys. At the break of this support right here from the 4 hours time frame, at the break of this support right here, yes, because previously price has been finding support multiple number of times at this zone. Price has been finding multiple support at this zone, and then we could see clearly price has broken out of that support. Price has broken out of that support, and then what next? I can see this very good bearish candlestick that closed below the support, which is a confirmation that price has defied the support, and now we know for sure that previous support broken now turns what? A resistance. So I was waiting now for a retest. And then for that very opportunity to sell all the way to the downside, because I had my direction confirmation from the monthly, the weekly, and the daily time frames. All three time frames were telling me the same thing, that the direction of the market was a sell direction, a bearish market, and I needed just an entry from the 4 hours time frame, and this was what I used to get my entry. I simply found out that price has been finding support right about this zone multiple number of times, and then I waited for the breakout of the support, this candlestick that closed below the support, and then there was a retest where price presented an opportunity for me to sell. And even when I missed the first opportunity, price indeed came back to give me a double top. There was an emu formation here, and then I took the sell trade right from the top. I'm currently in 40 pips profit already. So guys, if you missed this trade, if you missed the entry for this trade, as the bias for this trade is very much still for a sell. The bias for this trade is very much still for its sell for some 100 to 200, 100 to 150 pips for our first take profit. If you missed this, guys, okay, this is what you should do. Because clearly at the retest of these, price gave us an emu pattern formation at the retest of this. Price gave us an M pattern formation. Wow. So what you should do is, to get a re-entry, you simply wait for the open of market by next week, and then you want to keep monitoring your 4 hours time frame for a re-entry. And because this is what price has done now, we would you should look out for a pullback into this zone for your sell or entry. At the open of market next week, you should monitor the 4 hours time frame for a slight pullback, and then you want to look out for your sell around this area. So thanks guys, this is Eurocad for you. Calling Eurocad for a sell. I'm calling Eurocad for a sell, and our first take profit is right at 1.41834. First take profit 1.41834. 1.41834. Eurocad for a sell. Eurocad for a sell.